Greetings and welcome to Miles More Motivation, the show that's designed to give you more happiness, fulfillment, success, and obviously more motivation. In this episode, we're going to talk about the P word, procrastination. If you're a person that finds you struggle with the procrastination, you find that you do this often, this video is going to be really powerful for you. I'm going to share with you 3 simple, common sense, but not necessarily common practice ways that you can deal with, break through, kick ass, whatever you want to call it, with your issues around procrastination. I first want to kind of start by telling you a story of where I, in the past, quite recently actually, have procrastinated, and it's really to do with writing a book. A few years ago, I talked about wanting to write a book and said that, you know, that's what I want to do, and I really want to be an author and a best-selling author, and I want to be a New York Times bestseller, all this kind of stuff. And so far, I haven't done that. And I want to share with you, kind of in this video, 3 reasons why I haven't done that. And actually, what it might do is that if there's an area of your life that you procrastinated, it might help you rethink about why you've been procrastinating. I used to be the person that when I procrastinated, I thought it was a bad thing. I thought it was because I was lazy. I thought it was because I lacked motivation. And I've since realized that actually that's all very tactical level stuff, but there's actually a much more higher level issue that if you resolve the higher level issue, you are more likely to break through the procrastination and also kind of release any feeling that you're being lazy and demotivated, because often procrastination has nothing to do with that whatsoever. So let me get into it. Let me share with you 3 ways that you can better deal with procrastination. 3 things that are really simple, they're really common sense, but they're not necessarily common practice. The first one is what I call your visual mission. Your visual mission. What your visual mission effectively means is that you have a mission statement related to your life, to your business, to the areas that you want to improve, stuck somewhere where you physically see it every day. For me, I have magic whiteboard paper, which is kind of the peely paper roll stuff that you can stick on your walls and it doesn't mark them, and you can write on, you know, use whiteboard markers right on there. So on my walls in the kitchen, I have my goals, I have my daily actions, my daily plans, but one of the key components of my wall is a visual mission. What that means is I have a mission statement for my business, and I have a mission statement for my personal life. And what I've found that does is that anytime I feel like procrastinating on something to do with specifically my business, I immediately take myself to look at that mission, and it reminds me of what I'm doing it for. So for example, I spoke to you earlier about wanting to write a book. When I look at my mission for my business, there is nothing really about specifically writing a book, but more about specifically connecting with people, helping people, serving them, making a difference in people's lives. And actually, the most highest, purest level, I've found that the way I most enjoy doing that is actually through video. Now, you may say, Miles, you know, I would never do video. I'd much prefer to do the writing. And so that's cool. But one of the things I realized about myself is the reason I was putting off the writing was because I preferred video. And I've actually found that it's easier for me to connect with people through this than it actually was through my writing. I feel much more comfortable on camera, believe it or not, than I do sat down writing at a computer. When I'm on my computer, my attention span goes, but on camera, I feel much more present. I feel much more energized. This just works for me better. So because I'm clear about the mission of my business, the actual granular details I find are now not as important as long as I'm serving the mission. So the mission for me is, you know, to kind of change the world one powerful coaching conversation at a time. And I found that these videos are a way for me to connect with people so that they then eventually enroll in with a coaching call with me. So if you have an area of your life where you're procrastinating, let's say your health, I recommend that you come up with a mission statement for your health, how you want to look, how you want to feel, how you want to be, the kind of role model you want to be to other people. Put that somewhere where you're forced to see it, and I guarantee that's going to help you move forward in overcoming this thing called procrastination. The next thing that you need is what we call 20 whys. 20 whys is effectively an acid test to check that the thing that you're alleging that you want to do, that you really actually want to do. So your challenge here is to pick an area where you're procrastinating, let's say it is health, and come up with 20 reasons why you want to improve your health. If you can't come up with 20 reasons why, then it might be that your health is not actually that important to you. Now, I'm a person that believes that your health should be the number one thing that you work on. Because if your health goes, if you say, oh, but I've got to look after the kids, well, if your health goes, you can't do that. If you're in a position where you're hospitalized due to high blood pressure, you can't look after your kids. So I'm saying that your health should be the number one thing you look after, but that's because I'm really clear about my 20 whys. So in any area where you're procrastinating, let's say you go, I want to do videos like Miles. Okay, 20 reasons why videos is a must for you. And if you can't come up with 20 reasons why, it may not be the thing that you should do. You may want to look at writing or podcasting but whatever area it is, my challenge to you is to try and come up with 20 reasons why you want to do that thing. And if you can't come up with 20 reasons, you might want to reconsider whether that's the thing that you want to do. If you come up with 9 reasons, you're like, oh, but Miles, I really do want to do it, then maybe you need to have a coaching conversation. I'm available. There's a link underneath the video. You can book a coaching call with me. It can really help you get to the root of why you could only come up with 9 things, for example. I've often had coaching clients who've procrastinated in an area, done 20 whys, come up with 7, then we've had a coaching conversation, and the next day they messaged me saying, I came up with 36. Because sometimes you can't see the big picture when you live inside the frame, and that's what coaching is really all about. So if you want some help with that, feel free to book in for a call. And the last thing, which I think will really help with procrastination, is what I call the magic 3. The magic 3 effectively means that on a daily basis, as you want to grow and improve in a specific area, just commit to a magic 3 things. So many people I know, so many people that I start working with tell me that they have to-do lists and, they have 20 things they've got to do in the day, and then all of a sudden they get overwhelmed and, they complete half the list, if that, and then they wonder why they feel stressed and tired and not present, because they're saying to their family, but I've still got 17 things I need to do on my list. I'm here to tell you that when you commit to the magic 3, which basically means ask yourself this question: if I can only do 3 things today, what would be the most important 3 things? What would be the magic 3 that will move my life forward in the pursuit of my goals and dreams? If I could only do 3, what would those 3 be? For example, in my 3 today, one of the 3 today was to record this video. Because for me, growing my coaching business through connecting with people, through sharing my message, through speaking my truth on video is one of the best ways for me to grow my brand. So you got to think about, if you could only do a magic 3, what would those magic 3 be? And I think what you'll find is that as your overwhelm of thinking you've got so much and too much to do goes down, and you just focus on 3 core things, then you're less likely to procrastinate, because there's not the overwhelm of thinking, I've got to do 25 things. Now you're just like, I've only got to do 3. I've only got to do 3. Common sense, but maybe not necessarily common practice. So try that process, the magic 3. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit like, hit share, and also if you want to work on this, if you'd like some help with procrastination, if you feel like, oh Miles, this video is great, but I feel like I need some help with this, I feel like I need some actual coaching on this, there should be a link underneath the video where you can book in for a one-to-one with me worth £300. That is a complimentary session on me. For now though,